Welcome to Murders and Minivans, where the coffee is cold, the kids are wild, and the crimes are absolutely unhinged. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Tali. Let's talk murders, motherhood, and why we trust absolutely no one. How was your weekend?
Oh my god, it's been so long. What did I even do?
I know, and today I felt it's been a very Sunday, Monday.
Yeah, it was a very Sunday, Monday. But almost like a Tuesday. Like it was just hellish. There was stuff to do. I will say Sunday was very chill. I got to do all my chill things. I made sourdough again.
So nice.
I was living my best life. I didn't get dressed until I super had to. I was in jammies all day. I taught no yoga classes.
Nice.
I got a lot of writing done. It was so productive.
That is really nice.
It was great. Saturday was chaos.
Yeah. I don't even remember what Saturday was.
It was all the kid things. So like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, S had indoor soccer, grocery shopping, brunch, E had singing, and then I finally got home. I think the rest is a blur. I don't know. We've been really into Sabrina the Teenage Witch, so they know that's how they can get me. They're like, Mommy, do you want to watch 2 episodes? Fuck yeah, I want to watch 2 episodes of Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
I know, I keep forgetting to show that to the kids, actually. That'd be a good one.
Well, it's not bad.
No.
Like, it's quite cute. Like Sabrina and Harvey. Like, it's just very innocent.
Yes, that's true.
I think they kiss on, like, the second last episode of season 1.
You just have to say, ew.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, Emily, so then the kids are, like, kind of embarrassed. I'm like, we're
That's
not going to
cute.
do this until we're, like,
30.
20? 30.
Be a weirdo.
Yeah, that's fine.
The kids are so emotional today.
Were they just tired?
You know what? No, it's just she was very emotional. But it was good though. The trip we went to a heritage park-esque for anybody local, like a old-timey place.
Yeah, homesteading museum, I would say. Like a homesteading museum. It was neat. It has
Very fun.
one of the original houses to the area. It was very cool. It was one of the first with like heated water and then water throughout the house because they had the tank at the roof. That was I always find that very interesting.
I was glad that you pointed out how selfless the kids were. I'm like, you gave this house away?
I would not have.
Yeah.
I would have kept that house. Are you kidding? I would live in that house.
Yeah,
It was a nice house.
I loved the layout. It was so cute.
It was very nice. All the bedrooms were upstairs. I like the quality of even the wood trim around the doors. The thick
the
wooden
doorknobs.
Doors. Oh, so pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the dumbwaiter, so cool.
It is really
Why
cool.
would you give up that house? I don't get it.
Dumbwaiters are always haunted.
Well, of course they are. And as soon as they said the daughter's name, I'm like, ugh, she doesn't want you to talk about her. Like,
Yeah.
Like Esther would not appreciate this conversation.
Well, she, the curator lady, I never got her name, was saying that like the candles would fall over sometimes.
Yeah, of course he would.
Yeah.
Stop
and I'm like,
talking
for sure
about
it's
her.
haunted.
Yeah, of course it is.
And it's not going to happen when we're all here. It's going to happen when you're here alone in the dark.
Yeah, when you have to lock up after us when we're gone.
I would have headphones in.
I would just not work there. The end.
I would for sure work there. I want to be spooked out.
Why?
I don't know. I want to be scared. But
Why do you like being scared? I don't get it. I've read a few like dark romance books.
Yeah.
And it frequently the theme is that they get turned on by being scared. And I don't have that.
No, I
when
don't
I'm
get
scared, I'm
turned on
like
by
fucking
it.
mad that I'm scared.
I definitely don't get turned on by it. I like the thrill. It makes you feel alive sometimes. But it depends on the kind of scared. Like if I think that somebody's breaking into my house.
Different scared. Yeah.
I don't want to ever feel that way.
Fair.
But like, do I think maybe there's a ghost upstairs? Okay.
Oh, and see, when it's intangible, I find it scarier.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing I can do to stop you, scary ghost.
True. Is there anything that you can do to stop a ghost besides tell them to get out?
No.
They don't have to.
Yeah.
You're not the law in Ghost Town.
No, that's true. I'm not the ghost police. And it's not like you can smudge them away because it'll be like, blow that shit on my face.
I love when people smudge and don't open the window.
Have you seen all those memes?
Yeah.
Where am I going? I like the one where it's like talking about someone smudging the house and the ghost is like, geez, okay, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And then they put up Halloween decorations and they're ghosts.
What the hell?
Yeah. I was right here the whole time.
I'm okay with like a friendly spirit. They can stay fine. I don't want my feet being pulled from my bed. That's like the scare. I don't want to see figures. Because sometimes I'll listen to like creepy stories, like listener stories.
Nope.
To other podcasts, and I don't like it.
I think I watched Idle Hands with Devon Sawa when I was too young, and so it was still scary and not the humor one that it was supposed to be. And there was something about Oh, he was under the bed.
Oh, God.
Demon Hand. Do you remember?
No.
Did you ever watch it?
I think I remember like clips of it because I remember the demon hand and then like being afraid. Maybe I did watch it.
Oh, it was
I
hellish.
blocked it out.
Yeah, it was spooky. And then like House on Haunted Hill and The Haunting. For some reason, I'm not a scary movie person.
Yeah.
I watched these in my early teens.
Yeah.
And they still haunt me.
Yes.
And because one of them was her foot dangled over the side of the bed, and so in the morning there's like bloody footprints. I'm like, what?
Ugh. Yeah. See, for me, it's feet. Don't touch my feet. You know.
Yeah, you have that in real life. Yeah. No,
I like
don't
you
anybody
touch my feet if I pay you to touch my feet.
Yeah, and you're watching and you know what's happening.
Yes,
yeah.
but like
You
don't
see it coming.
unexpectedly touch my feet. That's weird. The feet are not meant to be touched.
My feet are always cold, so that's like how I lead my way into bed. I'll snuggle up to Neil with my cold feet.
You have to put them on the warmest part of their body somehow.
Yes.
It's the best.
Their thighs. Sucker.
There was like, are you dead?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's like, Jesus, as usually.
Yeah.
You married me. You made your choice.
Exactly. And we all do it. You're never going to find a woman that doesn't do
I
it.
know, so he's just got to like buck up, take one for the team. Warm up my feet.
Well, I'll let you get into it.
Shall we? Okay. Today we're digging into something that sits right between true crime and parenting, that fine, terrifying line between protection and autonomy. As moms, we want to keep our kids safe. That's the instinct. But somewhere between bubble wrap and the car keys, we have to teach them to protect themselves. Because if we don't, the world will teach them, and it won't always be kind. So to plan these segments, I will say ahead of time, Tali never gives me the story of what we're discussing. She just gives me the theme. So if I touch like head on, it's purely coincidence, and it's because of my brilliance. I'm kidding.
It's true. She never knows.
I don't know. Also, I'm very closed off, and every time she makes a joke about me not knowing something, it is accurate because I live in this like bubble wrap world of like dark romantasy books.
It is very nice for you.
It is nice for me.
Yeah.
So based on her note, in this episode, we're going to unpack two things: how to raise capable, independent kids without abandoning safety, and what happens when systems, especially law enforcement, decide some people aren't worth protecting.
Honestly, bang on. The
Excellent.
themes of the story. You're gonna love me. You will love me and hate me because it is a very sad story.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
It usually
They're
is.
never happy.
It's never like the end. Everyone was found healthy and happy, and
No.
they won the lottery also.
That would be nice. I'll try and find a story like that
Thank
one
you.
day.
So let's start with the household side of this, structure. There's a big difference between supportive structure and restrictive control. Psychologists call this the difference between authoritative and authoritarian parenting. So authoritative parents set clear expectations but pair them with warmth and dialogue. So they explain the why behind the rule. They make room for negotiation, for questions, and those kids tend to grow up more confident, adaptable, and able to regulate themselves. I would say I'm not perfect. I don't think anyone is. But I do try to leave room for negotiation. Like S will say, can I watch this episode of this TV show? And I'll negotiate. Well, yeah, if you read me this poem or if you practice your Duolingo. Like, I am happy to negotiate, and then we can go from there. He's like, well, what if I read a chapter of this? Awesome. Do you do any of that sort of stuff? Like, it's tricky. C is a bit younger. P maybe.
P is my professional negotiator. We always say that she's going to be a lawyer.
Excellent.
She
I look forward to that.
loves what is that word that lawyers do? Not negotiate. There's a legalese term for it. It'll come to me after this episode's done.
Probably.
She loves to negotiate. Sometimes I will negotiate back.
Like counteroffer? She tries to counteroffer with you?
Or she'll be like, what if I take 3 more bites? Or something like this. And I'm like, no, just eat until you're full. Like, I'm not telling you how many bites to eat. Or just because, like, if there's a yummy dessert or something like that. That's an example. But then sometimes I will negotiate, and sometimes I'm like, this isn't a negotiation. Like, I'm telling you what to do. So when you said...
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, when you said authoritative and authoritarian, like, sometimes I can be both, but I do always, like, end the day with warmth.
Yeah. And I would say, like, authoritarian, and I'll talk about it a little bit more, is when it's, like, my way or the highway. Like, there's no negotiation, but there's also no clear connection between action and reaction. So, like, if there's a snap, really harsh reaction to something, but it's in no way... Like, you and I have talked, we like natural consequences for the most part. So it would be, like, unnatural, ridiculous things.
Yes,
authoritarian.
sometimes. I've definitely done it. at one point in my parenting journey where I just like I'm so pissed off that I'm like, you know what?
Done fun. Done fun.
Or like, and it's always like something dumb. Brian's done it too. Like I think I've used like the camping scenario where he's like, I'll pack up camping. I'm like, you will not.
Yeah, we don't all want to be punished.
Yeah.
I want to go home. We're camping.
Yeah, or it's always like something dumb. Like actually today was a great example. She was really just didn't want to eat dinner, and because she got piano gives them candy.
Oof, when they singing does that too. Same with piano.
Yes, when they pass a song. And she'd passed a song and she ate a whole bunch of candy, and we always tell her, we're like, you have to eat your dinner because it's always before dinner. And especially with her ADHD medication, it's very important that you eat. You have to eat or you're gonna stunt your growth. Serious thing with this medication. And so she didn't want to eat her food. I made sure there was something that she wanted to eat. So she was negotiating with me the whole time. And then I just got so mad because I had a meltdown. Like the day was bad.
It was long and we were all tired. It was very long. Taking kids on a field trip. We were tired.
Yeah, and so you don't get any of your Halloween candy ever anymore. The rest is Charlotte's. Am I going to stick to it? No. Like a dumb thing that I said. But like in that moment, I just wanted her to understand how pissed I was. This is also like I think a flaw of mine is like I'll get so mad. And if I'm mad at Brian, for example, I will carry on that madness until he fixes what he did to make me mad. Do you know what I mean? Like I will say I'm mad, but I'm like, no, you have to apologize. Whatever.
Yeah. Does he apologize?
Yes, of course.
Wow.
Yeah. But then like if obviously if he did something wrong, if I'm being crazy, eventually I'll cool down and I'll be like, hey.
I will say I don't like Neil doesn't always. Very rarely will he apologize. It's just not in his genetic code. But he will apologize not with words, but with actions.
Oh, so like acts of service.
Exactly. That's his love language, acts of service. So he will go and build me like a bookcase. Or he will go and like start a big project that we've been pushing off. Or he will just like make room in the family budget to start a project like the next day after he's messed up.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, he will fix the wrong, but not always in the way I want.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's still good.
Sometimes I am words of affirmation. Just say you're fucking sorry.
Yeah.
But
that's tough. Yeah.
I have learned that is his love language, and so there's a bit of room for negotiation. Like, sure, build me the bookcase and then fuck me later. That will work.
I don't think your love language is words of affirmation.
Also,
like,
physical touch.
Physical touch is like number one.
I mean, you could also hold my hand, but
yes, yeah, I think that's probably number one for you. But like for that example, like I have to remind myself I'm mad at P in that moment, but I like the moments pass and I can't just like keep being mad.
No, I agree. Yeah. That's very hard. Yeah,
it is hard
because you don't want to be spiteful.
Yes, yeah,
it's hard to like wrap up. Yeah.
Yes. And so like I won't be like super happy and like funny, but I'll just be like, okay, anyways, let's move on. Like
yeah, sometimes I need to tell him like I need a minute. I'm not ready yet.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
It pissed me off.
I know. I need a moment to like reset.
Yes. Yeah, I get it.
So authoritarian parents, on the other hand, think my way or the highway. They often raise kids who are obedient but anxious, kids who struggle with decision making because they've never been trusted to make a choice. So I think about the kids who have no control at all at home. Like they are just told how to exist and how to live, and they cannot make decisions. So sometimes like it really splits when they grow up. They're either just indecisive always and can't make a decision, or they turn into their parents and they are just very authoritarian to their own family.
Yeah. Yeah. I could see both. My parents are very authoritarian. Very. It was very bad.
Yeah. So I think you like diverted. Oh, I mean, I think too it's different because you're so aware of it.
Being self-aware is a gift and a punishment, I would say.
Yeah, a gift and a curse.
Yeah. Sometimes I will, like, again, just become authoritarian just because I'm pissed or whatever. And I'm like, no, I said this. But again, I always, like, I will either apologize, tell them I'm frustrated, whatever, or, I don't know. I try to not be like my parents, but it is very hard. They were, and I'll let you continue. I'm sure you're going to ask this question, so I'll let you continue.
Sounds good. And that's the trap. We confuse compliance with readiness. A well-behaved child isn't necessarily a prepared one. You can have a kid who never talks back, but also never speaks up when something feels wrong. And therein lies the danger. So we talked a little bit about this, like who to trust, like blind trust for teachers, authority figures, so on and so forth. It looks like respect, but it can be confused. Put another way, it's those made to have blind respect for authority or blind defiance for that matter. So I had situations when I did social work where I was meeting with the parent, but the young teenager was right beside me, and we would talk about them as if they weren't there. And then she would say, well, he was always a victim. He would go out and do things, but the cops would always pick him up, even though he was doing nothing wrong. Well, she's saying that to me in front of her child, and then the child is picking up on that language. So then he's going to have this weird victim mentality that, no, the cops are always against me. Do you see what I mean?
Yes.
Like so it's tricky. Like, I think parents need to be more aware. You're molding these tiny humans. Everything you say and do affects them, and not to put pressure on you. That is already there. No pressure, all the pressure. But they are listening all the time, even if they're not actively listening. They are absorbing what you're saying, even if they don't seem to be physically listening. Developmental research actually shows that children who are given incremental autonomy, so small freedoms appropriate to their age, which we've also talked about this one, giving them small responsibilities like feeding the fish or helping with the dogs, getting themselves ready in the morning, maybe they pick out their own clothes, so on and so forth. Scaffolding it as they get older to more age-appropriate activities. Build stronger problem-solving skills and resilience later in life. So you talked about this, letting P have these small independence.
Yeah.
Has she built up to checking the mail by herself?
Yeah. Yes, she goes. And then like today, she was like, oh, I knew my package from Sephora was here. And I was like, you won't be able to carry it.
Aww.
So bad.
Jesus, what did you get? All the things?
Shit, yeah.
Okay, all the things.
It was their sale.
True.
But anyways, I was like, oh, you won't be able to carry it. So then I said, okay, we'll come with you. And I want to talk to him about this goddamn P.O. box shit.
Yeah, grumpy notes on our mail.
Yeah, so then I went with her. And then it turns out she could carry the Sephora box. I think she just wanted to be seen with the Sephora box.
No, that's fair. Yeah, that's cool.
And so I was like, okay, you take this home and you can go home and Dad will be home like immediately. But I was like, you go home and you wait for Dad.
Nice.
And I was like, I'll be like 5 seconds behind you. Because I just went to the store, grabbed some stuff for dinner. That's it.
Perfect.
So yeah, like that, little things. And then her chores, I do have to like remind her every day. And sometimes she doesn't want to do them. I'm like, nope, you've committed.
Yeah, this is your thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so like just those little things, she is getting more independent. And she stayed at home alone when we went to somewhere in town. It was like 10 minutes. Nobody called Child Family Services on me.
Yeah. No, I was debating doing little tiny things like that with S, because I've heard of other kids his age.
Younger.
Yeah, I know. Or with like significantly younger siblings left alone. And I would say I place a lot of trust in my kids, and they're quite responsible, I think, as someone who worked in education and child welfare, which like that's going to get annoying for listeners to hear over and over again.
But like they need to know where you're.
Yeah, I have experience with children, and so I do feel like they are confident and capable of being home alone for very short periods of time.
Well, 9.
But I haven't quite done it yet.
9, they say either half an hour or an hour.
I would do a half an hour. Just because of me, because I'm crazy. Maybe they could do an hour. 12
is when you can start watching your siblings.
Yeah.
So that, like, I think it becomes, there's like a chart somewhere, 9 or whatever. And I was like, okay, well, P's like 8.5.
Yeah.
Like,
S will be 9 in February.
Yeah, exactly. And I kind of base it on S too. I'm like, well, round up.
Yeah.
So, and then we left Brian's phone at home.
Yeah.
Brian and I went to the store. The entire time, I think I called her before we got to the store. Called her in the store. Called her.
Oh, cute.
So, like, I was a little bit insane. She didn't even move from where she was.
Yeah.
She was playing a video game.
S would probably play video games in the living room.
Yeah.
Or his room.
Yeah, exactly. And so, like, the whole trip in total was 10 minutes. So,
yeah.
It was just very funny. And C was in daycare or whatever, so it's fine.
Yeah, so she's by herself. We have dogs.
Yes.
So I'm pretty comfortable. My parents live with us, so I would say 8.5 times out of 10, there is an adult home somewhere in the house.
Yeah.
Very rarely is there no one home. Mm-hmm. It happens to be Sunday nights when we're trying to record. The few times when there's no adults around. But yeah, it's giving them those tiny incremental autonomies.
Yes, yeah, I agree.
So it's like learning to swim. You can't just throw them in the deep end at 18. You have to start in shallow water and give them moments of struggle, but stay close enough to guide. Mm-hmm. So that book I talked about a few episodes ago now, that Hunt Gather Parent, she also talked about this. This one was in terms of like bike safety. So she was always kind of dictating, slow down, stop here, get off your bike, walk across. But then the kids aren't learning bike safety because they're not thinking for themselves. Okay, when mom's not here, I need to stop here. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like, lots of parents do it, but they will learn quicker and have a deeper understanding if you give them these small pieces and let them learn for themselves, and developing that tiny amount of healthy fear. So if you go on a bike ride and you are in a small protected area and they forget to get off their bike at a crosswalk, or they forget to stop, oh, well, you just got hit by a car. Like, kind of like the safe fear. There's no cars are actually going to hit them. I want to be clear. No cars are actually going to hit them. But if it's a smaller intersection, less busy area, they forget. They kind of go through it, but you let them experience that tiny bit of healthy fear, because they can't go into life not afraid of anything. That's dangerous.
Yes, I agree.
But then you don't want them so afraid that they can't exist. Yeah. So it's always finding that balance. It's very tricky and stressful.
I do say that, though. It's very funny.
Like a healthy dose of fear?
Yeah, P's good at crossing the street, but C, I'm like, oh, and you're dead.
I think it's a second child thing. Yeah. Because S, I've never had to do that with.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, it
Ever.
must be.
Because you also had some examples. We were talking about Pete walking herself home from school or to and from school. So it's in the process.
I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, why am I okay with her walking to, post office is literally same length.
Yeah.
But
if anything, it's like a block farther.
Yeah, I think if anything, it's who is going to talk to her on the way.
Well, I feel like going to the post office on a weekend, you're not going to encounter as many people either. Because where we live is quite small. Yeah. And a lot of people keep to themselves here. Yeah. I would say. Whereas at school morning, it's like peak crazy time. You don't know who's going to come into contact with your kid. So it's a little more unpredictable.
Yeah, and I don't want her to like run into one of the kids that I would rather not have her hang out with, and then be like, I don't know, distract, like something. And then I talk myself out of it very easily too, and I'm like, well, I'm already walking to get C at kindergarten, but then I'm like, well, maybe next year, and then I'm like, well, next year I'm gonna have to walk to get you like at 3:30, so we're gonna walk differently. I'm right here. Yeah. So I don't know, and I'm like, I don't want you to be responsible for getting your first grade sister. Like, I want you to be a kid, but I'm like, well, I don't know. It
might be a healthy responsibility. Maybe like towards the end of the year next year.
Yeah, but then I'm like, are you gonna forget? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is she gonna forget
her sister?
Well, because like then she'll be on the other side of the school, and then I don't know how long. I don't know.
Let's worry about that next year.
Yeah. It's hard. I don't know why that one's like my line.
No, that's fair. We're allowed to have our own lines. So that's the balance. The goal isn't to raise rule followers, it's to raise decision makers, because the world doesn't give them a handbook. So fear is the biggest driver behind overprotection. And I say that without judgment because I feel it too. Every time I see a headline about a missing teen or an online predator, I want to build a moat around my house. Yeah. And lock them inside forever. But fear-based parenting, no matter how well-intentioned, teaches kids that the world is something to be survived and not engaged with. So studies from the American Psychological Association show that overprotected children often grow into anxious adults, not because their parents didn't love them, but because they internalize the message, you can't handle this without me. When that child eventually faces independence, college, work, relationships, they often struggle to trust themselves. So those are the ones that get overwhelmed and often drop out. They sometimes need to take a gap year, like right in between, because they don't know how to cope. Maybe they won't even go and they'll just work at a job that they hate because they're too afraid to stand up for themselves. There's so many examples of how they could get stunted or stuck because they just don't have the confidence or the tools to fight for themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I could see that.
Okay. Good. I was like, am I overdoing it here?
No, I get it. Like, I was just thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. And I try to like relate it to my, like, our own experiences, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
And
try
it
to do
does
that
make
too.
sense, yeah.
Because there were quite a few people. I went out of my way to go far away for college and university so that I didn't know anyone. I am a reformed military brat. I was okay with a fresh start all the time. Clearly, I have my own baggage. But each year, one of my roommates dropped out. So they didn't have the skills. So like one year, it was a girl from my hometown. She was homeschooled, so she graduated at 16. There's nothing wrong with homeschool kids. I'm doing it myself. But at 16, to graduate high school and go to college, she was not equipped with the skills developmentally. So she dropped out. I don't even think she lasted a whole semester. My second year was another girl from my hometown. She very much just was very sheltered and protected. Mm-hmm. Hers in particular, they were quite religious, and so they were very closed circuit, I would say. Mm-hmm. Nothing, again, wrong with religion, but she was very sheltered, and so she could not handle being away from home and being independent in her own schooling and decision making, and from going from making no decisions to making all the decisions about herself. She also didn't last more than a term.
So what do? Do they like just go to a school closer, or just dropped out of school
Often
altogether?
They drop out. Sometimes they go back. Sometimes they'll take a home study.
Yeah.
Like both of them never went back to higher education. One tried to be like a comedian. I'm like, what do you even have to talk about? You're a Mormon kid who was homeschooled. Like, what are you going to talk about? So I don't think that worked out either, actually.
She could join Mom Talk. Not that you know what that is.
I don't know what it is. But maybe she's on it. Maybe she invented it. Nobody knows. I'll never know.
No, it's all Utah.
Okay.
I'll fill you in on it one of these days.
Excellent. That can be one of our YouTube things, our segments.
Yeah.
But yeah, these people, like one became kind of a bodybuilder, but she didn't have any of the education. So then, like her parents.
Nothing wrong with higher education, not going to it.
Right? No, that's fair. But then she didn't understand what she was doing to her body. So then she would just pay people to tell her what to do. And then it is quite hard on your body. So then to come back after, she messed up her digestive system and her gut health. Because
a lot.
I know, because they don't, like, you're trained to get there, but not how to come back to real life after.
Yeah.
So you fuck up your body, and then you don't know how to exist after. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't just affect confidence, it changes how your body and your brain function over time. When you constantly second guess your decisions, your brain stays in a mild state of threat, what psychologists call cognitive dissonance or self-monitoring stress. Your body releases cortisol, the stress hormone, because uncertainty feels dangerous. Over time, elevated cortisol levels can lead to headaches, fatigue, so tiredness, insomnia, so inability to have a good sleep, weakened immunity, so you get sick more often, or even digestive issues. People who lack self-trust often ruminate, replaying decisions, which keeps stress hormones active longer than necessary. So again, it is not bad to be stressed. It's when you get stuck in these loops and you can't get out of them, that your body can't cope and you make yourself ill. Over years, not trusting yourself can dull your sense of identity. You lose track of what you like, what you want, and what you believe. This is often seen in people raised in highly controlling or invalidating environments. It can also reduce resilience, the ability to bounce back, because recovery requires belief in your own coping skills. So in short, these will cause lifelong effects. The ripples will be seen in adulthood. So everything is not all doom and gloom. One small but powerful shift we can make, active strategies, is to replace be careful with be aware. So I've tried to do this frequently with E lately. So instead of, could you just, goddamn it, watch out. Be careful with that, don't put that down. Instead, could you be aware that you are near the top of the stairs? Could you be aware that mommy has a knife right now? So just changing the language so she's a little more aware of what's going on. It's funny that I picked her in particular.
Yeah.
Out of my two.
Sometimes I'll be like, what am I holding?
Yeah, look around. Pick up the clues is what I've said before. Yeah. Mommy, can you do this? Could you look at the clues? Does it look like I'm ready to read the room? Yeah, good one. Yeah, be aware. Be aware. So be careful implies that they're fragile. Be aware implies that they're capable. So that simple changes tells the kid, I trust you to notice danger and respond. And that trust builds confidence faster than any lecture ever could. Instead of overprotecting, we prepare. Instead of saying, don't talk to strangers, we say, here's how to recognize a situation that doesn't feel right. So again, you're kind of internalizing it. Like, does this feel like a good thing to you? Are you comfortable in this situation? Does this seem like a good idea?
Yeah.
So you at least include them in the decision making a bit more.
I don't know that would work with P.
With P, really?
Because if I said, we use like the classic like man with puppies and candy.
Yeah.
And
Classic.
if I
You're
said, is it a good idea?
right. She's like, probably.
Yeah. What do you? Yeah.
Of course it is. Use candy.
Puppies
Were you not
and
listening,
candies
Mom?
and candy? Dumb.
Did you say Taylor Swift is in there?
Yeah.
Heck yes, I'm getting in that van.
Oh my god. I should do that one because I bet you somebody would be like, I know Taylor.
Yeah.
I could take you to her. And she would.
Yeah, you should use that one.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow. Let's get this out of our system.
Yeah, I
fast.
should. I'm like, oh my god, why didn't I think of that?
So this brings us to when the system fails, institutional apathy. So when we think about raising strong, capable kids, a lot of our focus goes into the lessons we can control. So teaching awareness, helping them build judgment, and encouraging independence. We pour years into that, helping them recognize red flags, trust their instincts, speak up when something feels off. That's the kind of knowledge and strength that can literally keep someone safe. But even if we do everything right as parents, there's a harder truth we have to face. Some systems don't protect everyone equally. So
very
true. We can raise a child who does everything we've taught them to, who's alert, respectful, and resourceful, and still the response they get from the world might not be the same as someone else's.
Yeah.
This isn't about individual failure. It's about institutional bias and apathy. We see it in some families have to fight twice as hard to be believed, to get attention, or to get justice. According to the Black and Missing Foundation, while Black Americans make up 13% of the U.S. population, they represent nearly 40% of all missing persons cases. Yet those stories often get far less media attention or investigative urgency. It's a reflection of what's been called missing white woman syndrome, where certain victims receive an outpouring of coverage and resources while others are quietly written off. That kind of neglect sends a message that some lives are seen as less urgent. And for the families left behind, it means becoming investigators, advocates, and organizers just to be heard. That's what institutional apathy really looks like. Not just a lack of compassion, but a lack of accountability. So what do we do with that as parents? First, we widen the lens when we talk about safety. It's not just personal safety, it's systematic awareness. We help our kids understand that fairness doesn't always come automatically, and that noticing injustice is part of being informed, empathetic adult. And second, we use our voices, not just to protect our own, but to advocate for others. So because true protection shouldn't depend on privilege or race or a headline a journalist decides to write. It should be something every family can trust in. Our job isn't to eliminate risk, it's to raise kids who can navigate it and keep demanding a world where every child, every family is taken seriously when they need help.
Yes. That's very good. Bravo.
Fabulous. Thank you.
Well,
Tell us the bad stuff.
you're going to see how all of those themes kind of fit in here because you really impressed me here.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's the wine.
It must be. Yeah. Phoenix Coldon's story is one of those cases that really stays with you, and not just because of how she vanished, but because of how many questions were actually left. So Phoenix was born on May 23rd, 1988 in California to Goldia and Lawrence Coldon. Her birth name was actually Phoenix Reeves, and she was later adopted by Lawrence after the family moved to Missouri for his job. So I don't know if he wasn't on the birth certificate. Or what that was, but I couldn't find any detail. So they eventually settled in the quiet, unincorporated community of Spanish Lake, just outside of St. Louis, Missouri. So growing up, Phoenix was the kind of kid that everybody described as bright, curious, and talented. She was mostly homeschooled from the 6th grade on. She played several musical instruments and was even a junior fencing champion.
Whoa. You go.
Parents, because of this, had very high expectations. So strict rules and a lot of structure, and Phoenix did follow those rules. Friends said that sometimes she dreamed about freedom and that she wanted to experience life outside of her disciplined bubble. By 2007, she was living that dream, or trying to. She enrolled at the University of Missouri St. Louis and moved out of her parents' home. Her parents actually signed the lease believing that she would be living with a female friend, but that wasn't the case.
Ooh.
Unbeknownst to them, I love that word, Phoenix was actually living with her boyfriend.
Scandal.
I know, a man known as Michael B. Her mom would actually visit often, like constantly,
Yeah.
and said that she had no idea that a man was living there. So, like, Phoenix did a great job hiding or, like, making it look like a girl lived there, or maybe it was very bare. Because I'm like, wow, like, my parents would have picked up on
something.
Yeah.
Especially if they knew her so well, because she was homeschooled and very sheltered.
So, like, I think that Phoenix hit it extremely well. So when her parents did eventually find out that there was a man living there, Goldie admitted that Michael wasn't somebody that she would have approved of for her daughter.
Uh-oh.
Honestly, I don't know if I could approve of anybody for my kids.
No, I know. That was my
Yeah.
thought process, too. Like, would I let anyone? Would I be happy about anyone?
Yeah, exactly. Around this time, Phoenix began to change. She was arguing a lot more with her parents and slipping academically. She was missing classes and failing courses until she eventually missed so many that she couldn't register for the next semester.
Ooh, wow. Yeah, you have to be doing pretty bad.
And then, in early 2011, her parents' safe lost $2,500. Like, it's presumed that she had taken it. There's no proof. And to this day, nobody knows where that money went.
Wow.
By May of 2011, Phoenix moved back home. Her parents didn't know that she was, like, failing classes this badly. She had kind of said that it was more of a financial choice to move back with her parents. Like, it was just too overwhelming. She would, I guess, maybe want to take the burden off of them for paying the lease, that kind of stuff. It was, the way I researched it, she worded it as financial.
But for her parents, she didn't really pay much.
Well, yeah, like, probably for her, like, I assumed that she probably had some sort of part-time job or something. But yeah, so her parents thought that she was still attending classes, but she, by May 2011, wasn't enrolled at all.
Oh, okay.
And when she came back to home and then started talking to her home friends again, her friends noticed that she wasn't the same.
Oh.
So according to her one friend and neighbor, Akira Hogan, Phoenix seemed paranoid, irritable, and convinced that she was being followed. During one argument between the two, Phoenix allegedly even pulled out a 10-inch knife, something totally out of character for her. This is, like, pretty heavily disputed. Like, Akira, and, like, I watched a video interview of her. She was very, like, she's like, yes, this happened. Like, I can assure you that this happened. But then other people that heard the story said that, like, maybe, like, she was probably taken out of context. So, like, take that.
How do you take that out of context?
I don't know, but
Okay.
take that with a grain of salt.
Okay.
She also spent more and more time just sitting in her car on the driveway. She would scroll on her phone for hours, just in her car. And later, her parents actually would discover that she had two phones. One was on the family plan, so, like, on her parents' plan, and another was one that she was paying for by herself. Then came Sunday, December 18th, 2011. It was a very ordinary day. Phoenix had gone to church with her mom that morning at 11 a.m. Okay. She played in the bell choir, and everyone who saw her, like, including the pastor at the church, said that she was completely normal. And on the way home, she told her mom that she wanted things to get back to how they used to be. Because her parents had clearly picked up on it. Got home around 2 o'clock. Phoenix changed into sweatpants and a hoodie and went outside to play basketball. And then she came back inside around 3. This is very sad. She had passed her dad without saying a word. So, like, I think she was coming in and he was going out, and they had, like, kind of passed, but, like, he didn't say anything to her, and that would be the last time that he ever saw her.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so she passed him, grabbed her phone, and went out to her 1998 Chevy Blazer. Her dad didn't think much of it, and she often, like, just went out driving to clear her head. But that would be the last time that he would ever see her, like I said. So even though she'd been rebelling in small ways, Phoenix still obeyed the household curfew that she had of 1 a.m. That night, she didn't come home, and her mom immediately felt like something was wrong. She had actually, like, woken up Phoenix's dad, Lawrence, and then she would say, like, hey, it's 1:30 or it's 2. She's not home. This is weird. And I think mother's intuition too.
Yeah, I agree.
Lawrence basically was like, hey, just wait, don't panic, she'll come home. And it kind of kept going. By morning time, Goldie did call the police.
Ugh. Yeah, that's horrendous.
Of course, the response was awful. Allegedly, they came there, they got all the info, they told them the story, and then they said, okay, well, how old is she? And as soon as they said that she was 23, basically it stopped there. They said, you know what, she's an adult, she can do what she wants. there's really not much we can do. Even though Goldia was like, no, this is weird.
Yeah, something's wrong.
Yeah. Which I think from researching it is kind of bullshit. Like, you can report a missing person. Like, especially if they live in your house.
It's the time. Well, especially for a teenager or a young adult. They could have gone and stayed at a friend's and their phone died. Like, there's a lot of negotiation for a nighttime one. But until you get to, like, lunchtime of the following day, I feel like, okay, bad things. That's when alarm bells, I think, would be going off.
But also, if that is the case, if you went to a friend's house and you just didn't want to call, if you were that responsible, like if your parents are describing you as this responsible person that had a curfew and never missed the curfew, wouldn't you use a friend's phone?
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
No, that's fair. Yeah. If she's grown up so structured, she would know to use a friend's phone. Or the parents would know which friend's house they were at so they could call the parents or the friend. 23 is a bit old to be, but everyone grows up different, right? So it's hard to say.
No, I'm with you. Like, her upbringing was very strict.
I graduated university at 21 and I was teaching. Like, I think I was living with Neil at 23.
Oh my gosh.
Might have been engaged by then. Like, I was...
Yeah, I can't remember.
So to be living at home and being so sheltered, it's hard for me to put myself in there.
I put myself in Goldia's shoes because, again, mother's intuition.
Yes.
Somehow she would, like, I feel like even when I lived with my sister and I would go out with my friends and my phone would die, like, I would call her from somebody else's phone so that she wouldn't panic or freak out or anything. Yeah. Not that she would, but just to keep people informed. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think that might be women too. You have a buddy. Like, growing up near a city, someone needs to always know where you are.
Yeah, I agree. So the next morning, Goldia did call the police, and like I said, it was very heartbreaking. The officer did run the license plate and said nothing was showing up, no accidents, no towed vehicle, nothing. Remember this.
No.
The Coldons were desperate. They called hospitals, they called jails, they reached out to local media and begged news stations to cover their story, but nobody would. To them, it felt, I don't know, they just said that
it's too early?
They didn't really give a reason.
Were they black?
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like that hasn't come up yet.
Yes, yeah. So it felt like their daughter had disappeared into thin air. 2 weeks later, they finally got a lead. And
2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Oh.
So Phoenix's SUV had been found. It was sitting in an impound lot the entire time. It had been towed the very day that she vanished, the same day.
So they just didn't look it up?
At
they lied?
5:30 p.m. Not even that. That's literally 2.5 hours from when she last left the house. And it was towed and the license plate was taken and tagged. So how this cop ran the plate and didn't find anything is bewildering to me, especially because the license plate, the car was registered to Goldia and Lawrence, her parents. It wasn't registered to her. So it's not like they tried to contact her. They could have contacted Goldia and Lawrence. So what the fuck?
So he just lied. He must have lied.
Yeah.
Because he obviously didn't run it.
There's a lot of very frustrating things here. The vehicle was found 25 minutes from home in East St. Louis, Missouri, an area that her mom swears that Phoenix would have never gone to.
Well, she went there.
I don't know if she had some sort of
maybe meet the bad boyfriend
there. Yeah. So at first, news outlets did pick up her case and they reported that her car was found with the engine running, the driver's door open, and the keys in the ignition.
Ooh.
And that her shoes and purse were inside. But
her shoes. Okay, that was weird.
So then later on, as this case kind of got a little bit more traction, Chandrea Thomas and Joe Delia, they kind of teamed up. So Chandrea was on a show, and I should have written the show name down. I want to say it was Fox 28 or something like that. She was an investigative reporter, and she teamed up with Joe, who's a retired police chief.
Oh.
And they created a special for Oxygen. I couldn't watch the Oxygen special because we're in fucking Canada.
Oh, I
so
see.
Annoying. So I tried to get as much as I can from the internet. So they found the original officer's account was completely different from the driver's door being open, the keys in the ignition, and all of that. They found the original officer, and he said the door was closed when he found it. The engine was off, no key in the ignition. The only DNA that was found inside the car belonged to Phoenix and her parents. And when he ran the license plate that night, nothing came up as missing or flagged, even though the car was registered to her parents. Sorry. This gets me.
No, this is weird because it's totally different.
So many things could have been changed. So why did that not show, and why did it take 2 weeks for anybody to connect that car to the Coldons? So as the investigation unfolded, a few more details surfaced. So on December 17th, the day before she vanished, Phoenix made about 10 calls to her boyfriend, Michael B. The last one lasted 2 hours.
Holy.
The next day, she spoke to him again around 1:46 p.m. right before she left. Michael B. cooperated with the police and has never been named a suspect. I can't even find his last name.
Good lawyers.
Yeah, so she actually also had a secret second boyfriend.
What?
Yes. Nobody knows his real name. He was known as, quote, cell phone Mike, unquote. This is like from her friends. So some believe that he's the reason that she had to get a second phone. One of his ex-girlfriends he had after this all went down said that he was very violent. She got a restraining order against him and claimed that once she had asked him about Phoenix and he said, "Why are you worried about somebody who's dead?"
Ooh.
Which there's no confirmed report of her being dead. So around a month before her disappearance, Phoenix filmed a video diary. It's never been released in full. There's like clips available. And she was very emotional and reflective on things that she's done in the past. And she had said things like she had gone down the wrong path and that she wanted to start over. Yeah.
That's sad.
So the theories here, there's a few. The first big one, and I think the one that most people kind of lead to, is sex trafficking. So Missouri consistently ranks among the states with the highest number of sex trafficking cases, especially in St. Louis.
Why?
Where her car was found, I think at like the location, I'm not sure. So where her car was found, major interstates like I-70, that is the dangerous highway. Her car was found at Interstate 70, referred to as a trafficking highway. That's the next sentence here in my notes. Many people know their trafficker personally. Sometimes as a friend or family member. At one point, allegedly, a supposed photo of Phoenix appeared on an adult website, but that was quickly determined to be a hoax. Like somebody had put up a picture of her, which is really fucked up.
Yeah.
Other theories center around the idea that Phoenix may have simply just started over. Friends say that she had often talked about wanting to escape and to live her own life free from her parents' rules. Her family, of course, does not believe that she would ever just walk away. Then, this is a crazy one. Then in March of 2014, one of her friends, her old church friends, was boarding a plane when she saw a group of women who were all dressed pretty nicely, accompanied by 2 older men. She swore that one of them were Phoenix. So, like, so much so that when she, like, the person that looked like Phoenix was walking past her, she said, "Phoenix?" Like, said her name out loud. And Phoenix turned around, or allegedly Phoenix turned around and said, "Sorry, do I look like somebody?" And then kept walking. The friend got off the plane, like when they landed, immediately went to security. Police searched the airport and found nothing. When police asked her how, on a scale of 1 to 10, how certain she was, she said a 9 out of 10 that it was Phoenix.
Wow.
So years later, Chandria Thomas and Joe Delia, the like investigative duo, they dug up something else unusual. Phoenix actually had 2 birth certificates. So if you remember, one was her like original name at birth was Phoenix Reeves.
Okay.
And then later on when she was adopted to Phoenix Coldon. When they tracked the birth certificate of Phoenix Reeves, it was linked to an address in Anchorage, Alaska. And it was listed as being used for a rental from January to June 2012, months after she vanished. There was no social security number tied to it, and when they visited the address, the woman living there said that she had been there since 2002 and didn't know anybody by that name. Like, hadn't rented her house out or anything. There's been no bank activity, no renewed IDs, and no digital footprint for Phoenix since 2011. Over the years, the Coldons have received numerous hoax tips and false leads. I just want to take a tangent here. This happens in a lot of missing people cases.
Yes.
Where people will get fake leads and, like, for no reason, some fucking asshole picks up the phone and says, "I know where your child is."
Yeah.
Or, like, makes up something.
Kind of bad human.
I'm like, what? Like, what is the actual reward for you? here. It's just to what makes somebody who's miserable already even more miserable. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
This one specifically takes the cake for me. Sorry, I'm very heated today.
No, that's okay. Bring it.
So this one was so elaborate that it forced them. It was like a very credible lead. This person knew something that like nobody else would have known. And they had essentially forced them to hire a private investigator. And they spent so much money on this specific hoax that they had to sell their home to avoid foreclosure. They were like financially basically destitute. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Through it all, her parents have kept searching. So her story eventually did reach enough national attention through HLN and then Oxygen Special. So I think Chandrea was actually through HLN, not Fox 28, where Chandrea Thomas reporting had helped bring it into the spotlight. But even with all of that attention, there's still no solid answers. Was she a victim of trafficking? Did she run away to start over? Or did something else entirely happen that afternoon in East St. Louis? It's a very bad part of Missouri. And after more than a decade, her case remains open and her parents still hold on to hope that one day somebody will come forward and tell them what really happened to their daughter.
Oh, that's horrendous.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think happened?
I wasn't on the trafficking trail at the beginning. I thought it was drugs or something bad. But as the story progressed, it seemed more like she did just disappear.
So how they get you is like for trafficking techniques too, is one that's very common is they will come up to you if they know that you're looking for a job, and they'll almost present you with a job opportunity that seems too good to be true. But because you've established trust with this person, you think to yourself, there's no way that they're going to con me. And the job will almost always involve taking you away from your support in some capacity. So like that's a common tactic, or getting them involved with drugs or something where like they feel like they owe you, or it'll be like, just do this one favor for me, please. And it's like something in the sex trafficking realm. And then it kind of just like opens it up. Like, and so it is quite easy to fall into this trap, especially if you're like young and you just like her upbringing was so strict. Yeah.
I know, because you think you're sheltering them, but really you're not giving them the skills to cope and survive.
That's the thing, is like she was found somewhere where her mom said that she wouldn't be, or her car was found somewhere where her mom said she wouldn't be. It was a very bad part of town, or the state or whatever. Like, it's quite scary when I looked into it. But yeah, so I don't know if you don't have, I'm not like victim blaming. Obviously they did this with like the best intentions. All parents do. But if she doesn't have the like stable ground and like a good head on her shoulders of like lived experiences, then how is she supposed to know that that's bad?
Yeah. If she wasn't given the tools to succeed, how can she?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like trafficking for this one.
Yeah, trafficking does make the most sense to me as well. I think
I couldn't see running away. That one was an easy no.
The only thing that made me think that she did run away was like Anchorage, Alaska.
Yeah,
like,
that was weird.
People always go to Alaska to hide, you know? It's like, I don't know why. It's still the States.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
You're still up there. You're just north and cold all the time.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's because it's like in a different part of the States.
Maybe.
Or what, but I don't know. That's the only thing to me that's like, maybe that was identity fraud.
The only thing for me was like when that other boyfriend, phone Mike, what was his name?
Cell phone Mike.
When he made the comment about someone being dead. Like, maybe was he just bitter because she went missing and disappeared on him? Is he the one that got her into trafficking? So she's like dead to him? I don't know. That one was a weird comment that kind of tripped me up a bit.
It is. But then, like, wouldn't something have been found? Like, if there's no DNA in her car?
Yeah, maybe. But maybe she came out trusting someone. The shoes in the car was weird, too.
Yeah.
If that was true.
When the car was given back, I think the car was given back to the parents, and the parents, like, noted that there was nothing, or, like, it was normal for her to, like, leave something in there. Like, what was left in the vehicle when it was confirmed, was correct.
Oh, so maybe she just had like extra shoes in there.
Something like
she
that.
didn't have on her feet, and she did just walk away from the car.
Yeah.
Maybe, because that was my thing too. Maybe she recognized someone or was meeting up with someone.
Yeah.
And then they grabbed her.
Yeah.
I don't know. So maybe if her friend did see something. But the airplane story is weird too. Because if it wasn't her, why would you ever answer to that name anyway?
It's true. If somebody said a weird name to me, like, what? Like,
I would not assume they were talking to me.
Yeah, and I would be like, if they made eye contact with me, I'd be like, are you talking to me? Like, it would
They'd have to like
awkward.
grab my wrist and turn me around, like, because I would not ever. Also, I'm not always listening. So, like, if I'm there with other people, I'm focused on my people.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm there with my kids, I'm focused on my kids. I'm not listening to everything around me.
That's the thing. And she said that the group of women that she was with, I think they were coming from like Vegas. The group of women was dressed very, very nicely. Not that you can't dress nice on an airplane, but it was like dresses. Mm-hmm. And they were with two very large, older men. And there's like a group of like 6 girls to 2 men. So I don't know, it's something like that. Like, it was an interesting situation to see. But I guess if you're flying out from Vegas, maybe not. But yeah, like, I don't know. And like, that's the thing. If my friend went missing, like, I feel like I would, even if you think that you see them, you would have to be pretty sure to say something like that to a stranger.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's very sad. I feel horrible for the parents, as I do in any of these situations. But
yeah,
it's.
I wonder if she's still
tragic.
up there. Maybe.
Yeah,
that was really that long ago.
Yeah, I like, that's the thing that holds out hope for me for the parents, is like, there would have been some sort of forensic evidence or some sort of sign if she was no longer here. I feel. I don't know.
Yeah, but after so long now, do they stop looking? Do you hope for like a random like 23andMe situation where she submits to something and they're like, hey, that's my missing daughter?
Well, I don't know. And the thing is too, is like, the cops did such a shitty job here. That's like, are they even looking for her in St. Louis? Like, and so if there maybe was somebody found, like, would they make that connect? I don't know.
Yeah, it's
like,
so late now.
They're so incompetent, and yeah, it's just,
which is too bad, because the last one we did, we're like, spot on.
I know.
Spot on police work. This one,
Yeah.
we're like, man, you really shit the bed on this one.
There's some cases that I will cover in the future that will infuriate you so much, because like, the cops just really fuck up.
Yeah.
Or there's a lot of like cops. She's so cute.
She's cute.
Are my kittens on Stephanie's lap.
Yeah, she loves snuggling the people that are allergic to her.
Oh yeah, all cats do.
She's purring so sweetly. She's like slipping off my lap, like she's all stretched out. Could you climb up?
She's such a people person, or people cat.
She is a people cat.
Yeah, that's very funny. That was the main reason why we chose her.
Yeah.
It's because she just wouldn't leave us alone. Yeah. But yeah, so that's the case of Phoenix Coldon, and obviously, if you happen to know anything, make sure you contact the correct authorities. I'll put this in the show notes. But thank you for listening.
Yes, thank you for listening.
Follow us on social media. Everybody's being a hater. I don't know why it's so hard to grow on Instagram, but please follow us. And share us if you like us. Share us.
Thanks.
Thank you for listening. Bye.
Bye.